Oh my god. Don't blink, it's your boy. Click out the video, come to our show. You guys are doing well because they're having a wonderful day. Sorry about this. This is part three. My phone overheated, which is okay. It happens, right? So we're still chilling Trailer Park Boys. We're still at season 12, episode 8. We just had Bubbles being intimidated by Leahy and Jordan. I'm not gonna say Randy because Randy was pretty cool. So Julian and Candace are gonna get married because and Candace are gonna get married. It's so fucking funny. This is really, really, really good. Because the two guys are gonna get married. Bubbles is like I kind of tell them bad news because I'm gonna ruin the day. But then at the same time, Bubbles was kind of the main part of the beginning. It's like in the beginning saying you guys need to figure your shit out. And that's a cool thing because by saying it's you need to figure your shit out, they're like, what if they did? What if they did? When they get married, marry? See, the two of them they're working for Bubbles, so their job is something that they have, which feels a bit bad because why? If you were had to hire the boys, why would you tell the boys to find a job, right? But then they get married, which is the emotional aspect of what Bubbles talking about. So we have some what is it called? I don't remember what the episode of the name is. Can you tell me the episode or what? Demon one. Angels shit sent down from Jesus God. Yeah, that's a good one. So the boys are super worried about that. I love this scene. I love this. This is my favorite scene.
Well, my
Look at the
back's
shit.
up against the wall, but I'm not giving up on my beer business. No fucking way. I already proved that it can sell and that people love it. I just need to
Facts.
figure out a way to do it outside of the park. I mean, I don't understand everything about zoning laws and all the legalities, so I'm gonna go get some advice from somebody that knows what they're talking about, so I can do
So this
things
is
properly.
super important.
And this is about my
This is
future,
Bubble
not
taking care of business and
really
Bubbles
start
being in
thinking
the
about
charge.
that now, especially with Ricky and Julian, where they're gonna be kept, man.
It goes to Halifax beer, which is it's not super important for me because I don't live in Halifax, but this is kind of the boys are based on in Halifax. So Bubbles get into a Bubble gets to a meeting. Turns out that the guy who was in charge of the Halifax Beer Company knew the Freedom 35. So it's like, yo, I want to do you a deal. And Bubbles has this amazing deal where he's super excited. It's like, I'll go 50-50 on you for the first batch. So this is actually pretty cool. What they do is they offer you like to sell your product. They'll say we'll go 50-50 on your first batch. If you can prove, because it already proved that the guys like it. If you can prove that you can sell it, so it's so fucking complex. Um, so yes, Bubble did sell the beer, right? Bubble did sell the beer, and he sold a lot of the beer, but he sold it from people from the park that are not gonna be demographic. So demographically, so it's a product. You see all of those chips, all of those Monster, all of those energy drinks. They have this limited edition, right? It was it was if it can sell. So out of the facts beer is like I don't know how much it can sell. And yes, he sold a lot to Big Ock with a 200 case. But Big Ock is one customer. It doesn't have a billion customer. So all the facts is like we're willing to help you out to produce your beer, but you have to prove that it sells. If it sells, we'll take care of the whole thing. If it doesn't sell, well, at least we'll have helped you a little bit. And it's a super fair thing. It's like it's dividing the risk, which is super normal in business. So we got the 50,000. They need 50,000, which they think the first batch is gonna cost 100,000 to produce. So they need the cash, and now they don't have the cash. So then Ricky is the one that has the cash. He says we can harvest. If we can harvest a mushroom, we'll take care of everything. So the first thing that they do is they go against Leahy and Randy. Now the sad thing about this is I don't know if Bubble told them about the problem, how they got like how they got like roped into the whole thing, which is kind of shitty. But then if it wasn't for Leahy and Randy, they wouldn't have the problem. And if they wasn't have the problem, they would have to Halifax Beer. And if they didn't go at the Halifax Beer, it would still be this small company. So now it's kind of cool. I really enjoy that because you got some Ricky and Julian moments. And I don't know if you noticed, but we didn't have a Ricky and Julian moment since fucking season 2 or 3. See, so they get along, and it's like, what do we? It's not talking shit about Bubbles. Like, what we're supposed to do.
Bubbles is onto something here, man. Oh, I told you. There is a way to make this happen. Okay, what is it, for fuck's sakes?
They mushroom them.
Just hear me out.
Yeah, the mushrooms. So he does a crowdfunding, and this scene is super important.
Paying all live and launched. So now we just let the fucking money start rolling.
So you see this picture? The promotional material that they use for the season promotion. So they, when they were coming out with season 12, they used this picture as a they use this picture to promote. Now the cool thing is Bubbles going around the park and says, "Hey, if you owe me money, you owe me money." Now the cool thing with that is whenever they have a problem, they go with law fees. So that's what we saw in season 8. So then Bubbles Julian tells Bubbles, "Yo, I need to sell the mushroom, and if we can do that, we're good." So Bubbles not okay with it, and they're like, "Yo, this is the very last we have to do. This is the very, very last time we'll have to commit a crime." So then George comes after. He goes back. This place is a fucking mess. What happened?
They asked if they could have the papers for the fucking trailer and for the car. Seems that Julian is in need of some quick cash, and he told me he was going to send Ricky over every fucking morning and destroy our fucking place. Those guys better fuck off.
You're not coming up with or giving them anything. What, we're supposed to just let them come in here and smash our shit up every day?
Jesus, you're stupid, Randy. So fuck off, go eat yourself to death. Jim and I will handle it.
This is the most important part. Because George has been treating Leahy like George has been treating Randy like shit. Now, I think the only reason why George is treating Leahy correctly is because he needs Leahy. I never realized that, but George would have been a really good villain. So they go in. He's gonna sell through Reggie. He has the Japanese mafia. Again, through Tommy Gunn, and if he can sell that, they'll get like $3 a gram. I don't know how many grams they have, but that could be all the money they needed. So they ask everybody to pick up the mushrooms, then they'll give mushrooms to the whole thing. This is when we see that they're using the drone. Now, again, the cool thing here is you showed me. See. It was just a piece of because we ate ramen today. That's the cool thing. The cool thing is you show me that you bought the drone, so it's not like, oh, this drone appeared out of nowhere. So then the boys shoot the drone, and then this is bad because this is committed crime. But then Randy's like, leave him alone. The only reason they committed crime is because you attacked them. If you didn't send the drone, they would have not shot the drone. So then George treats Randy like shit, and then. Randy's like, you choose between him or me, and Leahy in the end he chose Randy, which is great. George goes after Ricky and it's like, yo, what are you trying to do? The both are trying to sell the mushroom and it's too much of a risk. So then it's so funny because Ricky's like, yo, it's like because Ricky's like, I need to sell the mushroom. And then Julian's like, no, I'm not fucking selling the mushroom because this is too much. Because they have like 40 grams of it. They have a tree, it's 40 gram and it's 3,000 per gram. So that's 120 grand. And it needs 50,000, so that's good. So then it's funny because George called the police. And the funniest thing here is the police mistakes Ricky for Jean Paul Cormier. Jean Paul Cormier is a Canadian musician that also was part of the show. The cool thing about that is they have a podcast episode, right? And the podcast episode is with Jean Paul Cormier. And then Ricky's like, people have been mistaking me for Jean Paul Cormier. And then Jean Paul's like, who? It's like, oh, so different people. That's really fucking funny. That's really, really nice. So then the police is not against him because he shot the drone up and said fuck the drone. However, he wants to go in the trunk, and then the trunk is the mushroom, so they ended up with a police chase, which is, again, cool. They get away. The police shot the radiator, so they have to go dress on foot. Now the problem is they have this dog, so they seal another car, and they seal another car to get to the business deal. So this is they finally they sell everything. It's kind of cool because this is for the first time You got Tommy that didn't fuck over the boys. So that was really fucking cool. So the deal is good. So they have the one that's needed and everything. So now you have Leahy who comes in clean and said, "Hey, I had the cash to pay you back. I didn't want to pay you back. I'm sorry." So then Julian's like, "You know what, Leahy? I'm gonna get married, bro. I'm gonna be retired. I forgive you." And this is truly how the boys they make peace with Leahy and Randy, which is great. We want them to be at peace. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have the finale. See, this is cool because you got the boys chilling with Leahy and Randy, and there's no fighting. We don't need fighting. We like all of these people, right? So now we got the finale, which is this is sad. If I had to redo this, I wouldn't do the 12 season in a row. That's a lot because right now I'm trying to get through it, and I don't feel like I'm doing the best of jobs. But still, I'm fucking fucked out of her fucking mind. So now they have this party, and this is what I wanted to get from the get go. So look at this. This is all the people from the park, and Bubbles like, "Yo, big celebration. Everybody's invited." So now they sell they sell everything. They have this car for the Freedom 35, which is really cool. If it wasn't for the fact that after the season we'll never see it again, right? Leahy's like the boys are really turned a corner. I'm proud of them. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's drinking the Freedom 35, which again is a cool plot to sell Freedom 35. We got sadly got Tommy gone and the boy got arrested. They sold they sold whom? They sold Julian and Ricky out, right? For this. Now, you get the whole party, and it's cool because you see the dark room, right? And then Julian said this is the Dexter room for killing, which you remember in season 8 when he had the doll. It was from Dexter. So this is pushing the ID that Bubble is a fan of Dexter because Bubble writes a lot of shit. So they have picture and footage from the olden days when the boys were young and Leahy was young. Now they've always been rascals, so it's a good time. They want to have stag party, so they go out. There's a funny moment from Susan, and it's really fucking funny. And Julian's like to Candice, like, "I promise you, I won't touch any strippers." And then Candice like, "No, have fun. It's your stag party. I trust you." And now because of that, Susan's like, "I hope you don't fucking touch any strippers, Ricky." And it's like, "No, you're the only girl that I want to bang." And she tells him, "If I see you touching another woman, I'll have a pair of cocks per pockets." So it's look at this. It's a stag party. For Ricky, stag is strippers that are greasy. I love that. Look at this.
Well, if you touch any strippers, you come home, I'm gonna have a cock in each pocket.
I gotta have a cock in each pocket. I love that. This is so fucking funny because it's coming from Susan. And again, they're fighting, which is cool. The boys they go in and talk about how cool this car is. The car ride is actually phenomenal because it's like the realization that we finally made it. Talking about 90 grand a year, which is 30 grand a year, which is enough for the boys. So you got the bachelorette party. So you got Susan saying sorry to Sarah, which is really cool. You got Barb. You got people to fucking everybody. Like, oh, we all fuck Ricky. And Susan being chill with it, right? You said this was weird. So it's a stag party. This is the moment I want to talk about. For the bachelor party, it's cool, but it's not great because then last season I like the character of Suzanne, but she's introduced way too late. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir, I can be very. Yeah, there's a really big case.
So this is the most important part. So they go there and they skip this quarry because they're supposed to party the quarry. So then they go further and you see the moment.
Have fun, Johnny.
Okay, this is super important.
Grab a seat, boys.
What the fuck are we doing here? Isn't there food at the pit?
So this is the exact same place, exact same place as season 2. Season 2 and how they were talking about the Freedom 35 and Bubbles take them back. it was a big moment. So what I did was when I was watching that yesterday, I went back to season 2 and it's the exact same fucking place. Again, they have to push the Chewydom 25 as a beer. The boys having their own beer is actually kind of fucking mental. We have the party, which is really, really, really cool. A lot of people from the park are there. And in a fucked up way, there's a lot more male characters at Trailer Park Boys. A lot more of the story that goes down here. We